It goes back to 1963. It's an early 3AK station sign-on. They were the days when 3AK came on air at 6 a.m. each morning. The news service in this clip is well worth listening to. It speaks of the Governor and Lady Brooks leaving for England from the station pier, and then goes into Geoff Hiscock as the early breakfast announcer on the early days of 3AK.
A very good morning, everyone. You're tuned to station 3AK Melbourne, now testing on Tuesday, the 9th of April, 1963. We start official transmission at 6 o'clock in exactly 15 minutes from now.
Ain't she sweet? See you coming down the street. I ask you very confidentially, ain't he sweet? Ain't he sweet? Ain't he sweet? Ain't he sweet?
At 6 o'clock, 3AK will commence transmission for the day with the GH Early Show, during which you will hear entries from our 100 chart challenges, and exclusive imports to 3AK. Be tuned for the early show. This is 3AK testing.
We start official transmission at 6 o'clock in 5.5 minutes from now.
This is the Television City News Desk testing. Stand by for the news at 6 o'clock.
This is the voice of Television City, 3AK Melbourne, now commencing transmission for Tuesday, the 9th of April, 1963. This station is owned and operated by Melbourne Broadcasters Proprietary Limited, with studios and offices at Television City, 22 Bendigo Street, Richmond, Victoria. The 3AK transmitters are located at Altona, their frequency being 1,500 kilocycles per second and wavelength 200 meters. Our power output is 2,000 watts. Stand by for the 6 o'clock time signal. From Television City, this is 3AK Melbourne, top of the dial. The time is 6 o'clock, and here is the news from the Television City News Desk.
55 degrees the temperature, and the forecast, a cool but mostly fine day with only a light shower or two in one or two suburbs. Thousands cheered and sang to the Governor and Lady Brooks as the liner Iberia sailed from Station Pier last night for London. At a press conference on board, the Governor said they would return before Christmas to live in his recently completed home at Frankston. A bus has plunged off a bridge into a river near Nairobi, killing 72 people. Police say 9 men and the driver managed to escape. The federal government has compulsorily acquired more than 4 acres of the Ripponlea estate for extensions to the Australian Broadcasting Commission studios. One of Australia's largest life assurance companies, the MLC Limited, has made a takeover offer worth more than £4 million for the biggest electrical retailer in Australia, H.G. Palmer Consolidated Limited. The controversial proposal that the City Council should buy the Tivoli site for £1,050,000 is likely to be defeated at the next council meeting on April the 17th. Federal Cabinet is looking for a name with an Australian flavour for the major unit in Australia's decimal currency when it's introduced in 1966.
Next news bulletin, 6:30. The time, 3 minutes past 6. Mr. Paul Anker, the tune he wrote himself, checking in at number 32 this week for RCA Records. This is Love Makes the World Go Round. The time is 6 minutes after 6 o'clock, and this is the early show from 3AK. Graham Kennedy reminds you to join him for live variety on Channel 9 tonight at 9:30, when his many IMC guests will include Randy Ross, Paddy McGrath, Phil Lanham, and the GTV9 chorus and ballet. From our chart challenger list, Mike Sarn.
Now, this is going back to the very early days of 3AK, is owned by Channel 9. Prior to that, it was the Max Furnishing Company, right, Phil?
Yes, broadcasting from the Caravan poolside at Channel 9, Bruce.
That's right. The next spot we have is Graham Kennedy and Bert on 3AK. This is around 1962.
And this was the morning of the Cuban Missile Crisis, when everyone was expecting a nuclear war. And this is how they coped with it. You remember that Graham did his show from Frankston, didn't he?
Yeah, incidentally, the newsreader we heard there with Geoff Hiscock was Denzel, who was wearing 2 caps at Channel 9 at the time. He was newsreader for the Voice of Television City 3AK in the mornings, and in the afternoon he was on the Tarak show as Professor Ratbaggy.
Let's go back now to Graham and its early days at Frankston with Graham and Bert.
What a shocking morning.
How do you mean?
That's
Oh, yes. Shocking weather, depressing news.
It's raining, it's cold, very cold this morning.
Really don't know what the world's coming to. Just by... No, we mustn't joke, because this is terrible.
It's the only way to...
Well, I don't think there'll be any foxholes or bayonets or anything like that, will there? It'll be just all of a sudden light and then next minute dark, and that's it.
Oh, yes, and ships arriving with...
No, it would be a nuclear one, wouldn't it, if it comes?
Yes, more than likely we would last longer.
I hope, I hope nothing ever happens, but should a bomb be let off somewhere near me, I hope I'm at Frankston, because according to one of Melbourne's newspapers who printed a destruction chart recently, if the bomb hit the GPO, Frankston people would only get tertiary burns.
Well, that's bad enough, isn't it?
But I'm worried about if the man, you've got to be pretty high up to drop one of these things. Although they wouldn't drop them, would they? Send them over.
Just send them over.
But if it's only a couple of degrees off course, it might land at Mordialloc. In which case I'm terrified.
Yeah. We shouldn't be talking like this because it is frightening, but I think it's the only way to sort of cope is to gag about it.
That's how Britain got through it. With Winston Churchill, of course, we mustn't undermine all the good he did, but the people themselves keep their spirit up by joking about it, I think.
Friend of mine.
Oh, there goes the town hall. Oh, look at Mrs. Robinson. Oh, she's gone.
New from Tamar, waltzing Matilda colors.
At Wardrops. Now, Wardrops can offer you Australia's most exciting range of knitwear. Tamar, an exciting new waltzing Matilda colours. Tamar waltzing Matilda colours, 99 and sixpence now. At Wardrops. Clothes for the modern man.